Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the show. Listen to my verse and listen to my flow. My name is Marcus, the host named Joe, and we have a guy named Gabriel. Listen to me, say it proud. Everybody all around. The Joe Show gonna rock you, so buckle up and settle down. That's right, calm yourselves. You about to have a great time tonight.
Joe Show.
And don't think I'm lying. I promise I'm telling you the truth here.
It's the Joe Show.
The Joe Show, that's where we act. We go crazy at the drop of a hat. What we say isn't here or there, but our opinion, which we love to share. So I hope you enjoy from the host named Joe and a random guy plus Gabriel. So give us a like or a follow for the cause. This show deserves some great.
Early today, I went in, I started creating video, like a whole intro with all the logos and stuff in there. Then I found some pictures of him and I in my phone, put that up, and then I put the picture you sent me up, right?
Okay.
And then I put with, and then I put Marcus Blair, and it just looked good with the fade out of the song. It was just perfect. And people who's looking at the show, they gonna see it, but hearing like right now, it didn't get any of that. I didn't get to show you that. But hey, Marcus is here. We're gonna have a good show here. Let me see if I can get the applause here for Marcus. Yeah. So
Just applaud myself.
What's up, man? What's been going on in life with you? You don't live here in Terre Haute anymore, so where are you living?
Yes, I'm still with FedEx, everybody. For those of you longtime listeners of the Joe Show, still with FedEx. I don't know how. It's been almost 4 years at this point.
Mhm.
But I got promoted, and I'm now an operations manager of my own terminal, that being the one in Champaign, Illinois.
Yes.
So and so,
Go ahead.
So for those of you who remember, Joe and I are originally from Illinois, so I've made it back to my home state. Whether or not that was a good decision or not is still under determination.
Listen, you got all those high taxes and everything, but you have weed, which you cannot partake in.
Dude, tax season has sucked for me ever since I moved.
Yeah.
Because Illinois and Indiana don't get along, and Indiana has that county tax, which is bullshit. And then moving back here, even when I just left my address in Terre Haute for the year, and somehow I still got screwed.
Well, I know with a lot of, I'm not gonna get political too much this episode, y'all, but I know when Trump was in office, he passed a bunch of tax stuff, which made it even harder for people like me, because it used to be like I used to get $2,000 per kid. So I was always looking at $4,000 no matter what. Then our taxes together, then we was like, yeah, we're gonna make about $8,000 or whatever. We haven't made that in years. So that's whatever with the whole tax thing. But operation manager now. Now you're doing the same thing that Logan and John did, right? That's what you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's essentially it. I make route plans, I hire people, I try to my best to with paperwork and other stuff. It has not gone well.
Well, see, I was even talking to this man. I was Snapchatting him, and he had sent me a Snapchat. And it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I was like, "Dude, you still on route?" He was like, "Yeah, unfortunately." I'm like, no, you ain't supposed to be a manager and still on route at 8 o'clock at night. That's not supposed to happen."
Yeah, no, we currently there's some personnel and then some mechanical issues with some things, and I'm the one trying to keep everything afloat, and it's not going well.
Yeah, so you're the captain of the ship there, and you trying to keep the Titanic from sinking when we all know it's gonna sink.
Yeah, like I'm fighting hard. I may have like two or three other people, but everything else is just like Hercules is pulling us down.
Gotcha. So with all the places you lived in where's the first place you live? I can't remember it.
So I'm 27 now, people. You're gonna be 28. Calm the fuck down.
No, I am 20. I'm getting ready to be 29 this year.
That's right. You're 2 years older than me. That's right.
Yeah, I know, man. I've been telling people like, don't get old, man. Don't get old.
Oh, you're almost a year away from dirty 30.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. Listen, I think the only thing I want for my 30th birthday is there's this place called the Beef House my family used to go to. We're gonna do that and that's it for my 30th. But 29, we ain't doing nothing. I don't want to know that I'm getting old. I already got death on my brain too much, so I can't be having all that. But
So
between Jacksonville and
I
Champaign and where?
Uh, I, I mean, in order, I've lived. My hometown is Beerstown, Illinois. That was where I was born and raised. Lived in
Mhm.
Mount Sterling, Illinois, Jacksonville, Terre Haute, Indiana, and now currently Champaign.
What's the best place out of all of them? Not being
Uh,
biased, which town?
I mean, I have done the. I mean, I love my hometown and everything. There's not a lot going on, but I mean, like if I had to rate them on a scale, Mount Sterling would be at the bottom for the fact that it's actually smaller than Beerstown.
Yeah.
And ultimately, there's absolutely nothing. Like Beerstown, you can at least do, like, you had a couple bars you can bar hop to when you got old enough, but like, um, just nothing in Mount Sterling whatsoever.
Hmm.
Um, so that would have to be, yeah, that's five. Um, Honestly, because I don't have enough time to see anything. I mean, I've found recently found some cool locations. Champagne's currently at four, just because I have. I mean, I've only been here 6 months. Um,
And from what I hear, Champaign is a place where they got like it's popping. I mean, especially because it's a college town and stuff like that. So
yeah, well, I mean, Jacksonville, Terre Haute, and Champagne, all college towns. There's a like, so I mean, Jacksonville actually had two for a time, but no. But yeah, no, it's pretty. I recently learned that the place I've moved to is like the hood. Um, and like 2 weeks in, I had to call the cops on a domestic violence case.
dude, it's crazy because the place I live out right now, you've been to the place, it's like out on the edge of Terre Haute. So
Mm.
we don't see anything. Like we used to live in Terre Haute, and now we're out in the country. We don't see cops, right? Until this past month. Like pulled up into the house and I called Oliver and I was like, "Hey," I said, "What's going on?" I said, "We got the cops at our house. Like, what's going on here? We're gonna have to move here pretty soon. This neighborhood's going downhill because we just keep having cops and stuff here, man. I can't do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I spent part of my time as a kid in the hood. We got out the hood. I moved here. We was in the hood for like 3 years. Now we moved out. Man, I'm not trying to have none of that anymore. I'm done with that."
Yeah, no, and I mean, actually, just yesterday there were cops outside like the office, because the office building is like connected with other apartments that the landlord owns.
Yeah.
There were cops. There was a big fight there. So yeah, but uh, I mean, but there's still some stuff here to do. I mean, there's a skating ring with some laser tag and Savoy,
Uh-huh.
um, various bars. I've yet to go bowling. There's supposedly a bowling alley here, but yet to go. But I mean, overall, good time so far. But I mean, so
So do you,
uh,
with you working, barely finding any time to do anything with the, extra activities, do you have any time for the ladies out there, man?
uh, so um, for everyone who knows, I'm just gonna bring out that we've tried to record this twice prior to like this actual, and uh, so the first I had mentioned I was down bad for some girls, but so not those girls, but I started talking to a couple, like I've had my talks here and there with some other girls. One was she was crazy, dude, stupidly crazy. Like
Oh,
I
those are
so like, ignorant to the situation, like did not understand. Like I mean, and it wasn't even like that type, like situation where it was just like there was, because this person does not live in Champaign,
mm-hmm,
lives an hour away, and but the person like 27, my age, no
mm-hmm,
car, no license, has a job. So I mean, like not. But so the only means for us to hang out was if I went there.
mm-hmm.
And then but her my only day off is Sunday. It's
Yep.
today. But she works and doesn't get off till 3. But I still have to be back here tonight to do some work for the Monday. So it's
Yep.
just like like we hung out twice
Mhm.
and like talked for a little bit while, but nothing really like done that. Like literally, and then in March, like we had talked. I think it was like 3 months of talking, just like being cool and everything like that. March, I had the unfortunate encounter to ram like hit a deer going 70 down the interstate.
Mm, mm.
Uh, I so unfortunate matter. I'm physically okay. I airbags didn't even deploy. I don't know how I was not physically injured whatsoever. I was just like I got out, looked at my car, and was like, well, shit.
I was going to ask about the car because, like, right before you left to go to Champagne, you had just paid it off or whatever, right?
No, I had just paid. The car was already paid off. No. That car was not paid off. I had
Okay.
still had. I had like another like 2 years on it.
Uh,
I had just refinanced to make
okay.
my payment. I had just refinanced, and I also had put uh, like over 1,000 in repairs for that to
Got.
happen. I
Yep.
got
I remember
yeah. There wasn't the water pump. Water pump was before I knew you. Um,
that.
but yeah. Here so that happened, and I was going to a bowling tournament in Pittsfield, Illinois, because
Yep.
it's a so my mom and sister picked me up, took me to the bowling tournament. I just went there to see people at that point. I was too late to actually participate in it like I was supposed to.
Yep.
But then me and my brother went out drinking that night.
Mm.
Because like after that experience, like you need to. I feel like you need to do something to like kind of unwind in the sense.
Oh, this
What?
is. I thought you were drinking the night that you hit the deer, and that's why I was like,
No, it was that night.
it was
It was like 4 hours after I hit the deer. I was out in the bar with my brother, just
oh,
drinking.
okay.
Because
I mean, that's understandable.
yeah,
You're just like, fuck, man, jeez.
yeah. No, I said I'm like, God damn, and like, I'm still talking to this girl, but like again, it's like to me, it's a friendly manner because like nothing can happen because
Mhm.
it's the situation just doesn't call like it's not reasonable for anything. Um, so I said like, yeah, no, so I told her I'm like I'm planning on getting plastered tonight and like honestly if I could I would get laid but I'm not gonna get laid because I I'm visiting I'm there for less than 12 hours at that point.
Did you tell her you was gonna get laid?
No, I said I hope to get laid.
Wait. You told her. Okay, I'm just keeping mental notes. So when the story comes, I'm just gonna blow up. So continue.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so I say that to her and it's just like she asked with who I'm like well, I mean, it's not gonna happen. Like, I have no one here to do that. I'm like, I'm not like actively searching. And like, she's like, well, but aren't we dating? I'm like, no. Why would you think that? Like we've hung out twice, like 2 times, and like nothing has happened. Like you think like she considered them dates? I'm like, no. Like maybe
Listen,
to you, not to me. Like what?
you have the lines of communication, right? Like people, this is a big problem people have. Is like the lines of communication where like you thought, yeah, we just hanging out, we just being friends and stuff like
No,
that.
but that's the thing. Like when we made the plans to hang out, we called it just like, do you want to hang out? The word date never made it in any conversation we had prior to those.
I
Somehow it,
Well, maybe it's just because she was making effort. Like she don't have a car, she can't get anywhere, but she thought you was willing to drive to her, and you was willing to spend time with her. Maybe that's why she thought it was a date. Did you pay, Marcus? Did you pay for everything?
no.
Okay, I don't know, man. I mean, because I was so I'm trying to figure out what led her to maybe think it was a date. Did y'all kiss
Once.
once? See if there. Okay, let's strike one there, buddy. Did you ever? You ever?
Uh,
Did you ever with the stick
I,
loud?
I, I, I'm not sure like what like is really implying, but I'm
Yeah, did
assuming
y'all
it's like
fuck?
no
Okay. Okay. So you kissed. So cheek or lip?
lips.
Okay, see, okay, yep, you done fucked up, AA Ron.
Nah,
No,
not even
so
like
I like I do
agree.
understand. I do understand where you're coming from. Like because like okay, I wouldn't say that you guys were dating, but in some people's minds, like certain actions make them think that something else is going on, type of a deal.
Like okay, so like I can understand that if I gave if it like, but this is like that situation like you give an inch, they take a mile. Like there's a big ass fucking jump there, bro.
I know, but again, in some people's mindset, it's not a mile, it's just a footstep, right? So, like you don't know I don't know how well you know them, but if you know a little bit about their home life, you could figure out maybe this wasn't happening at the home, this wasn't happening at the home. So you spending time with her might have been fulfilling her love language, and then you kissing her might have even solidified that, saying like, "Oh, this is my husband, and I'm gonna give him babies." Like, I just don't know the mindset of some people because we all work different, but yeah. I just, man, you got some balls. You just be like, yeah, I'm getting plastered tonight because I hit a goddamn deer. And if I can get some pussy, I'm gonna try to.
I
I
know.
don't know.
I did. I said if I could, and I said I would like to because I mean like it's a more natural like de-stressor than alcohol and doesn't put me in much risk of danger as alcohol would. Um, but I mean, I try to be very like transparent about stuff, and like I mean, I thought I'd been very transparent about the whole situation. I mean, like without I mean, kind of like, because she'd ask all the time to like hang out even still. I'm just like, can't do that. It's my 1 day off, and there's no point if you get off at 3 and I have to get like if I even if I get there at 3, I have to leave before 7. 4 hours with nothing to do is just not worth it.
Well, also too, it's one of those things too. You're a good dude, so she might see that and might want to try to be with you because there aren't too many good dudes out here in the world, type of a deal. So you never know. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. So how far does she live from you?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Jesus Christ. Listen, man. Listen. That's whoo. That's listen. Oh,
Yeah, like I every like once like every 2 months, like every other month to go. I would have been like, but it was like asking every week type situation. Like I can't reasonably do that.
See, listen, we got family in Missouri, and I love them to death, but I hate driving 5 hours, you know. So if I hate driving 5 hours to go see family who I
No,
love, this,
I so like and like there's nothing to do on that hour and a half drive to like there that I did. Like it's really boring. Like no, I just took a 12 hour. I took two. I took an 18 and a 12 and a 16-hour drive in the span of like a week here recently, and like those were okay. I had no complaints really. I mean, like you put on some good tunes. I'm seeing stuff I don't see before. Like yeah, I had a great time. Would I have loved somebody in the car with me? You best believe your ass I would have, but.
you just said you did a 16, 17 hour drive and it was enjoyable, but the hour and a half drive, you say it's boring.
Yeah, like well, yeah, kind of. I guess. Like, I mean, I guess that's kind of thing with my job now. Like short distances, I mean, like kind of suck. But then like long distance, where I can just I
See,
guess get. But well, but yeah, I make I like the instances for this like that 12, 6, 18 hour drive where like the things that were like that they were leading to. The idea was by I guess like, a little bit more like because like the first time I went that hour and a half. I mean, just like I mean, like I've been talking to
oh,
her, first time meeting her in person, see how that goes. I mean, a little bit. Second
oh,
time, yeah, and second time, like kind of just like kind of hope to enjoy myself a little bit more. And but then after that, like I mean, the realization, like there's like it's not because I I waste to try to like with how often she was asking me to hang out. It was just like had I done that, I would be. I mean, I could save no money.
yeah, and I think that's something that I mean, for friends, you have to see like I mean, travel for them. It just depends on how deep your relationship. But she's a new friend, so you wouldn't probably be going out and seeing her every single week, especially with that hour and a half drive, unless you guys became really, really good friends. But I don't know, for a relationship, yeah, you doing that, you know. One of our mutual friends with her girlfriend, that's what she was doing. Like she was literally driving from Terre Haute out what's that east to go see her girlfriend. That was like what I think it was like a 45-minute drive every single day, man. Like, but that's
Yeah,
what
because
she
it wasn't it. What was it? Clover, not Cloverdale.
yeah,
It was Cloverdale. Yeah.
yeah. So it's just like, man, it's just I don't know,
Oh,
man.
so
Love.
with speaking of like that mutual friend,
Uh-huh.
um, the situation that I have found yourself in with that,
Yeah,
um, I have found myself in a very much similar situation, albeit where the situation it like uh you found out personally from our mutual friend.
yeah.
I had to find out from third party the situation.
Who you find out from?
Like who told me?
Yeah. Well, okay. How did he tell you?
Oh, okay, so okay, no, so okay, it's not with the same mutual friend.
All right.
I,
Okay.
I, I
Okay.
so
Got
that so I backtrack.
okay.
There's a girl that at
Mhm.
one point in time, uh, like I had met. I mean, we had met. We became friends. We hung out. Um, one day asked me to go to a casino. We got really drunk. We end up
That
yes,
one? Oh,
yeah,
okay. Gotcha.
yeah. So and then like we thought. I mean, it happened. We thought nothing of it. We stayed friends. We've been friends like basically this whole time. Then it turned into like a weird situation to where like somehow we were on a more regular basis.
Mhm.
I don't know how that occurred. It just happened.
We call
Um,
it adventures here. Yeah,
co-
so you have a lot of adventures that you didn't expect.
yeah.
Okay.
So and again, I mean, nothing. I mean, didn't really assume anything like was like serious, nothing like that. It was just like this just happened to be the situation that we have found ourselves in, and we're okay with it.
Yeah.
Um, but so she then leaves for personal reasons, like moves to a different state, like
Mhm.
for betterment and such, and I'm like all for it, didn't care. I mean, I was like the occasional checkup, just like hey, how you doing, type deal, fine. Um, well, gets a new number and everything. I mean, there have been some other like store like things I've heard here and there, but gets a new phone. He gets her number. He gives me her number. And then as soon as I text her, she calls him bitching that I he had given me her number, and it's like learn that like oh I'm just cut out for like for basically the same reason as our other mutual friend that we were just referring to,
Mhm.
and so I'm just like okay fine be it. I mean I that part I mean if it that's how it is, that's how it is. I don't care. But I mean just like the common courtesy that I mean to and like our friend talked to you personally, I had to learn from an angry phone call and I didn't even hear any word.
You're probably like, what did I do? Type of a deal. Like, I don't know. But it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy that I've already did an episode on that. You know, I did an episode where I was telling people, like, you know, cherish cherish the friendships that you have, you know. Did I freeze up a little bit? Because
Yes, you are just like
yes.
there
So, but
you go.
cherish the friendships that you have because you never know when they're gonna break apart, you know. And I guess I should say that too, especially when you have friends between male and females. Like that shit can break up, you know, especially when they get to a relationship type of a deal. But it's all right, you know, it's fine and everything. But now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a break because we are on Zoom and Zoom just gave us the 10-minute call, and I don't want to be in the middle of a conversation and then we cut out. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take a break. We're gonna be right back because Marcus, I want to know, why did you take this 16, 17 hour ride? Okay, I want to know where you was going and what you was doing. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Why
Okay.
you find it enjoyable. So, guys, sit right there. We'll be right back with more of the Joe Show. We'll see you on the flip side.